Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys? I hope everybody can hear me. Well, my light got me looking like I'm just shining, 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 shining. No, I'm just kidding. All of this winning. Well, hello. First of all, welcome to the Monique J channel on YouTube. And let me say this before I get going. If you haven't already subscribe, definitely please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified if and when I upload another video. So first of all, let me just give a shout out to my cousin Montrella, who is a paparazzi glam business owner. She sent me this necklace and these earrings, and I said that I was going to rock them soon and do a video. And then, of course, the Pretty Tomboy tee is available on codepinkproductions.org website. Benefits proceed the Code Pink Girls program. So definitely wanted to go ahead and give a shout out on that. Now, if you see in my title, you see I am talking about I just went on a trip a week ago. Was it a week ago? Maybe 2 weeks ago now, to the Bahamas. And paradise wasn't so paradise. Now, I'm going to say this. Paradise, the place, the island, all of that, where I went to Nassau, was beautiful. So I'm not going to take away from that because that was beautiful. What I'm going to say, and the thing is I actually promised them that I was going to do this video or a video or do something that I would be able to put out there to people about my experience. And the reason why I promised them that, because they didn't seem to care about me being unhappy or dissatisfied with the experience, the accommodations, and the treatment from the front desk customer service staff. Now, before I go ahead and put out there exactly what happened, I will say that there were two men that I encountered. One, I think he's the manager, his name was Melvin, and then a guy who was a front desk, just an agent, who were very pleasant and, if nothing else, tried. But let me just tell you what happened. Okay. So first of all, I arrived, me and my significant other arrived at, the Bahamas. We were offered this stay. I was invited to come and stay as a guest through, the casino. Now, first, well, we're going to get on that. But, so I was offered, had this plan for maybe 3 months or so before we went. It was planned for us to go after my nonprofit celebration of life event, because of course that's a stressful time, and I knew that I would need a vacation afterwards. So, of course I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. Prior to us arriving there, I had continued to contact them to try to see if I could upgrade my room, because they had us in the Royal Tower. If I could upgrade my room to staying in the Cove. Now, I don't know if you've been to the Atlantis in Nassau before, but if you have or haven't, the Cove is I guess the most recent, or well, not most recent, one of the newer towers or properties that they have, or hotels that they have, and it's generally adults only. So when we went in February for my boyfriend's birthday, we stayed at the Cove. We loved it. It was clean, it was nice, it was exclusive, it was sexy. I mean, the staff, the treatment, everything was good at the Cove. So, of course, when we get offered, when I get offered to come back, I'm like, well, I want that same experience. So I was calling, and asking how could I upgrade to stay in the Cove. And first I was told, and it's even on the phone, most of the people just aren't really that pleasant. So even from the first person, he kind of sounded irritated that I even asked, and then was like, oh, well, you'd have to just call directly over to them. So of course I'm trying to reach them, which how can I reach them? And I'm over in the United States without, making a long distance call, because I don't think I was able to get directly to them. So it was a process of maybe 3 or 4 calls before and back and forth. Before I left, where I just was like, you know what, obviously I can't get no help. Everybody, you telling me to talk to this person, then they telling me I'm supposed to talk to you all, and it was just, and I'm sure if you've been through something, it was one of those situations where everybody's passing the buck. So I was frustrated by that experience, but I was like, okay, hey, I ain't worried about it. When I get there, I'll see if I can, deal with it when I get there. So I was like, okay, so we got that. So then we wanted to, we had a spa service, a massage when we were there in February, so we wanted to do that again. So I called the toll-free number that I had for, to get through to them to say, hey, how can I, contact the spa? I want to make a reservation, because the advertisement that they had, because y'all know me, I'm trying to save that money. It was a coupon, a discount of 20% off, which really they got it back because they charge automatic 20% gratuity for your massage therapist. So anyway, but I still was trying to get the savings, because it's over a couple $100 for a massage, per massage. So I get somebody, they're like, oh, well, we don't have a way to transfer you over to them. You have to call them directly. And I'm like, of course, my phone wasn't allowing me to call. And I'm like, but when I went last time, I know that I reserved this prior to me getting over there. So there has to be a way. But let them tell it was no way. But then the key ends with the coupon. You had to reserve or book your appointment prior to check-in. So how is that going to happen? So as soon as I get there, I'm supposed to run and get on the phone, I guess, and call and reserve in order to meet exactly, what they were saying or whatever. So just prior to getting there, I was just, it was just not a good experience. I mean, and nobody, they were, saying they're sorry, but it just didn't make no sense, because tons of people are coming from the U.S. Over to visit the Bahamas and staying at the Atlantis, and I know that, and they suggest reserving stuff early, so I know that they had to have a way for me to do that, but let them tell it no. So, anywho, we get there. Now I'm going to put out here, I have a tour driver that I use for transportation all the time when I'm there. She is phenomenal. Her name is Tasha. Her business is Supernova. What I'm going to do is, and it's not just her, so she has a couple people driving. I'm going to put the link in the description to be able to book and contact her if you're going to the Bahamas and you want somebody who is knowledgeable and friendly, professional, will be on time to get you and your travel companions back and forth from the airport, or just around doing what you need to do. Definitely you want to contact Tasha. So anyway, so Tasha was there on time. Of course, flight got delayed because there was a little rain and stuff, and we were on Bahamas Air. So I think we got pushed back maybe a couple hours. So we get there, so you got to imagine that. We've been up traveling since 4 in the morning or whatever, and then now we get stuck in Fort Lauderdale for some hours, and then finally we arrive in the Bahamas. Have an excellent ride with her, and then we get to the Atlantis. Okay. So we get ready to go check in. First thing the lady tells the customer service, she was real bland. First thing she says is, oh, yeah, so you have a double queen. And I'm like, no. Why would I reserve a double queen? And that's not what I reserved. I even showed her on because if y'all know me, I print out everything. I don't just keep stuff on my phone, so I had on a printout to show her where it said King or whatever. So she basically looks and is like, oh well, let me see. I'm gonna do, like she's doing me a favor. I'm gonna find something for you. So you ain't doing me no favor, because this is what I reserved. So this is what you want me and my boyfriend to be looking like, Dick Van Dyke and them and whoever else sleeping in two separate beds. But anyway, so she ended up. Oh shucks. Okay, I'm gonna have to call that person back. But she ended up doing the changing the room. So then it also said water view, because I want to face the water, because I want to wait. I like waking up there and just looking at, paradise and seeing the water and, just all the beauty that comes with the island of the Bahamas. So she says, yeah, so we got you another room. So she gives me the room, and it's on the 5th floor. So I said, well, is this water view? Yeah, it's water view. I don't take no rocket scientists, and even food would know that generally on the 5th floor, you ain't going to be seeing too much water on a resort that is that large, that has all of this stuff going on the ground. But, I said, okay, because I just clearly asked, and it's in my reservation. So I'm going to hope that maybe she knows something I don't. Well, I get to the room, and for one, it don't smell fresh. It smells not fresh. And the reason I'm even pointing this out, because when we went in February, they precisely said to us that they were moving most of the people who were there. Everybody was staying in the cove because they were cleaning and redoing the Royal Towers. So ain't no way in the world I come, and even though it's been, at that point it was close to 5 months later, it still shouldn't be looking and smelling unfresh. So it was that. Then I walk and go to slide the patio, the balcony doors or whatever. First, I ain't no balcony like I was expecting, like I had before, both 2 times prior to me going, when I went prior to this time. And I'm looking smack dab in a tree. So I'm like, oh no. Especially because I just asked her, and she sat there and tried to say, definitely wasn't looking at my face because she knew she was lying, that this was water view. So I immediately, picked up the phone to call to say, no, I need to move rooms. I need to move rooms because no, this ain't what I want. So, of course, when you pick up the phone, it says it's about 87,000 people waiting ahead of you to get somebody to talk on the phone. So then that's already frustrating. So you got to remember, all this long travel day, then get to a room that don't smell fresh and ain't what you asked for. So, of course, my boyfriend knows me well enough to know. He just sat back. It was like, look, just don't go to jail. Try to be pleasant to get what you want, but make sure that you're firm. Now, like I needed him to tell me that, but of course, you gotta let a man, feel like they doing something. So, I said, okay, or whatever. And me, if you know me, you know how I walk, you know how I am, I'm go down there, ready to let them know that I am very displeased with this room. So I go, and of course, the girl who I dealt with wasn't there. So I go and I'm dealing with another lady, and I tell her, just I'll run down all these issues that have happened prior, and then now I get to this room, and that girl knew ain't nowhere in the world on the 5th floor are you going to see some water. So then the young lady says, well, okay, well, I can put in to have you switched or changed rooms, but we don't have anything available today, so you will have to be moved tomorrow, but I'll put it in, and this is that. And then I don't even know if she was able to tell me. She wasn't able to tell me what floor we were going to be on or whatever. But I was like, okay, you understand, a point for me is it needs to be high enough where I can see water. So she was like, yeah, put it in, blah, blah. So You know, we shook it out because, of course, we're there to have a good time. So, you know, I'm like, you know what? Just show me to the bar and to the casino, so I can shake off that this room stank and I'm looking at a tree. So, anywho, what do we do? So we go through that. We go through the night, and then in the morning, they do, you know, notify us that they have a room change. And they basically, the lady said, what you do is you leave your bags in the middle of the floor, and then the bell person, when your room, the bell person will come by 11 o'clock. Let me make sure I get this right. The bell person will come by 11 o'clock to take and get your bags. And then when your room is ready, they will move your bags to your room. Take out a pair of clothes and use the transit lounge to change clothes if you want to do anything basically after 11 o'clock. So they basically saying you can kick out your room at 11 because we really want to clean it up or do whatever in it, because we ain't going to say clean, do whatever in it and put somebody else in it. And then when your room get available, which probably won't be till after 4 when they say check-in time, then that's when you can go to your room. And if you want to change clothes or take a shower, you just go do it in the lounge downstairs downstairs in the hotel. First of all, what kind of sense does that make? And we are paying customers and I'm spending money at this place. So I was like, huh? You know, but I said, okay. You know, I just got a phone. So then what did I do again? Went downstairs, talked to somebody again, and they said, oh no. The guy was like, I don't even know why. No, you don't get kicked out your room. You are in that room until your other room becomes available. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, but this is what she said. So we didn't do that or whatever. So eventually, they ended up calling and the room was ready. So we go to this room. I actually took pictures, and see, I know my butt. I bet you they're not on. Let me see. I may have them, because I think I can pull it up and put the picture on here somehow. Because the pictures do this more justice. Anyway, so we go to the room. We go to the second room or the new room or whatever, and we get there, we get in there, and I think it had new carpet, but it didn't smell too fresh either. So, and then I go in the bath, then I go, the little furniture where the TV and stuff is sitting and all that. It's got cake, frosting or something spread all on it. It's smashed onto it, which means whoever there, they ain't cleaning, because they ain't even wiping down the furniture. Then you go in the bathroom and the faucet has all this like white like mildew / rust. Basically, they needed a new faucet. And not where I had to be searching and looking like this. It was right on the top where, the nozzle for the faucet is. So I'm like, oh no, we're not staying here. So of course, pick up the phone. The pictures aren't on here. I apologize, guys. Maybe I'll put them on later or something. But get on the phone, pick up the phone, and it's 8,778 more people waiting to talk to somebody before I do. So I'm like, okay, so here I go again. I'm about to go down there and let them have it. So of course, it's always very long lines. I don't know what they be doing, but they take forever to check people in. And so I'm already frustrated and mad. And then it's on the 8th floor. And when you go, the view really ain't all that. Because really, if you think about it, 8 floors up ain't really high enough like that to really see water the way that I'm anticipating seeing it. So I'm like, well, I'm not standing in line, but I'm not going to be rude and just jump in front of somebody. So you know how when you go to a desk or whatever, and or that hotel or whatever, and the people, I don't know what they be doing, because it be a long line and it looked to me like they ain't doing nothing, and they be sitting there without nobody in front of them, just typing to look busy. But to me, busy is clearing this line out and making sure that these people who came here to vacation and spend good money to be in this place are checked in and not spending all their time in line. So anyway, since the girl was sitting over there, I went and I stood to the side and I said, excuse me, can you tell me, can I get your manager, or can you tell me my manager? And then she looked up, what? I said, can you tell me who's your manager? Can you get your manager, a manager for me, please? That's him right there. She pointed to this guy who was talking to some people. I thought he was a bail person or something. And I said right there, she said, yeah. Still talking. I said, thank you. She didn't say nothing. I said, thank you. She said, you're welcome. I'm like, ain't we supposed to be coming to paradise? On them commercials that y'all have, people look all happy and the dolphins flying and all this is happening, and that's what you are sitting here luring people over to this place and with the pretense that this is what they finna get, and then the first people they meet or encounter, they rude and got nasty attitudes, and then the rooms stink. It ain't right. It ain't clean. So I'm like, so I go and I talk to him. I'm like, once he got finished, I say, excuse me. I said, excuse me, give me 1 second. I said, excuse me, are you the manager? And he's like, yeah, or whatever. And I asked him what his name. He told me. And I told him, I ran down everything to him. So he immediately, that's the Melvin, he immediately apologized. And he said he was going to get us in another room. And before he puts us in a new room, he'll go up and check the room himself. And, make sure that it's decent or whatever, and then move us into it. So he did. He eventually, maybe about 15, 20 minutes, he ended up coming up, and he ended up putting us in the room that was basically right next door. So, yeah, it wasn't cake on the cabinet, and the sink wasn't rusted. I forgot to even say that, like, on the floor, too, as well as, like, the hallway, the floor, it holes in the wall. I got pictures of all this. I really hate that I didn't have them on this computer, but I'm gonna get them somehow. I'm gonna put them on there. So hole like in the wall, like somebody been fighting or beating or whatever, and instead of them fixing it, they just like painted over it. Paint whatever wasted in the carpet on the hall floor. You know how people sit there, food service or room service trays outside in the hallway. We understand they're going to be outside for, maybe an hour or two or a couple hours, but you got housekeeping, you got people walking up and down that work there, and them trays and stuff was sitting in the hall, I know, for over 5 to 6 hours. Who paying when I know that these people are charging, because I'm a travel agent, so I know the rates, and they're getting, at least $400 to $500 a night, if not more, for those rooms. So just not a good look. So anyway, we go over there to that room, and like I said, it wasn't that, but it didn't smell fresh. Now I think he was saying because the carpet wasn't new, so I guess in his mind that's why, it wasn't fresh smelling. We go in the bathroom. If you look, how on the floor right in front of the toilet, you could see little spots, stains, which is probably urine, which means that whoever cleaned in the bathroom, they're not cleaning the floors. And then my boyfriend had his old stuff that he had worn on the floor in the corner on the side of the bed on the floor. And when he gets ready to pack his stuff up, he grab it. All the stuff is wet. Now, he ain't wasted nothing. So it's obviously the carpet. Well, not obviously because he touched the carpet was wet. So it's either some kind of leak or some going on under that carpet. So can you imagine all this? And mind you, this day 2 in room 3. So at this point, you already know I'm just like over them. I'm already saying that as soon as I get home, I'm going to do a YouTube video. I'm going to let it be known. And not just because of the experience, but because of the way, other than Melvin, the way that the people acted on the phone and at the front desk, as far as not even being concerned at all, that I was unhappy and disappointed. So then let's go to reserving at the spa. So of course, called. Now they were nice enough to go ahead and give me the deal with the 20% off or whatever. Get over to the spa. I told you it's not a cheap situation. But even it was like paint worn off the doors. Like they from me, because what we did is we left the property. Luckily now, because they have a curfew, it's still a 10 o'clock curfew, but you can go and roam the island. So we called for a ride, and we went to visit because there's now one fully run new resort over there, big and new. It's called the Bahamas. There's three or four different properties on it. I know there's a Grand Hyatt at SLS and a Rosewood. We were like, I've been hearing about this. I'm going to go over here and try this out because I'm getting the vibe that the Atlantis has been the end all to be all over in Nassau for so long, and because there really wasn't nothing that could compare to it, that they have kind of gotten cocky in the sense that they don't feel that they have to, first of all, provide you nice accommodations as well as good customer service and people who are pleasant there. Because the people really didn't have any options. So now that they're, building other things, I was like, let me go over here and try here. Went over there. From the getting out of the taxi, the person who was at the thing. Now the people at Atlantis, some of the people that get you taxis and stuff are friendly and nice and welcoming when you first come. So I'm not gonna say that, but these from when we got out at Bahamas, they were pleasant. Walked in, the place beautiful, fresh, smelled clean, casino with up to date, current slot machines. Now, what's that place called? The Atlantis. They had a couple, but it don't look like they didn't put new slot machines in there. They collecting all this money from all these different things, but it don't look like they did nothing, added nothing since the 70s. And I don't know if they was even open yet, but that's what it looked like. So they haven't done much in there to make it appealing at all either. Went to find something to eat over there. The restaurant we went to, it was like a pizza place. I can't think of the exact name. That staff, friendly. Food was good. Just everything. So much so we wanted to ask if we could see a room because I was like, I really think that if I cannot stay at the Cove when I go to the Bahamas again, and if I go to the Atlantis, I won't be at the Atlantis at all. And I'm just giving this video, blog, whatever you want to call it, to kind of, just forewarn people that if you believe in the commercials and everything you see, and if you do get a room and it say the Royal, you might need to try to find somewhere else to go. I haven't been to the other ones, but even some natives there was like the ones that are even older than the Royal, which I can't think of the name of it, the Reef or something. It's probably even that much worse because it's older than the Royal. So it was just, we went there. We had a great time. We spent time on that property, and it was great. So we decide, we kind of went, then we went downtown. They're building a Margaritaville, and it's built. I'm sorry, they're finishing up. I think they have some people staying there now. Beautiful, right on the beach. You could tell that, it's new, so of course it's, upkept because it's new. Ate at the restaurant, the steakhouse right there on the water. Everything was great. So that's why I wanted to make sure I did not say that the Bahamas was bad, but that I give the credit to where it's due with the Atlantis and the Royal Towers and that casino, that they need to do better. And if you have an option, which you do, I think I have in my thing, my travel agent stuff, but I will do my best to make sure, and mind you, the Bahamas, it has water park, all the stuff. It's still, it doesn't got dolphins and all that like Atlantis yet, but hey, guess what you can do? You can stay somewhere that they appreciate you, that's nice and clean, and if your people want to see the dolphins and this and that, you can go over to the Atlantis and you can still pay to do that and do that too, because it ain't like it's free, no way. So, but why not be somewhere that, for one, they treat you right, that the place is clean, and that they seem to care about getting and keeping your money. Okay? So, I think, let me make sure that was it. That was all of the horrible, yeah, well, so that's it. That sounds like a whole lot anyway. And like I said, the spa, we won't be doing that again either. And then they need to go in and paint and do some updating and stuff in there as well. I was very, very, very disappointed in them, in the treatment, in just, yeah, I was very disappointed. And I know I will not be back to stay there if my only option is anything other than the Cove. Now, if you can do the Cove, it's well worth it. The exclusivity, as far as even the pool and stuff, if you're somebody traveling with your loved one or with your mate, and you don't want to be dealing with kids running all over the place and all that, Cove is it. Because that's another thing. It's just like chaos over at the other place. It's just chaos. Chaos, not clean, poor customer service, and people who don't know that the fifth floor ain't gonna be no water view. So yeah, I just wanted to do this video because, like I told them, you can act like you don't care what I think, and my little money ain't little, but my money ain't gonna do too much there. But guess what? I don't know, and I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, but I'm going for it. But I never know who might see this video, who might share this video, and who may be helped to not make that poor decision again at all, and make the decision to stay at any place other than the Cove if you go to the Atlantis. Just FYI. All right. And y'all know, usually when I'm doing videos, I try to be, positive. I try to, stay, which is why I'm still cracking jokes and making up. But I have to be honest about that experience. Only thing positive about that place was that I was in that place, and a couple of the friendly people, or people who seem to be concerned with people being unhappy. Matter of fact, just tell you how bad it is. We met somebody who told us that they met a couple who actually had reserved a whole time. Their vacation was planned at the Atlantis. And after one night there at that Royal, they packed their stuff up and took their stuff and went over and got rooms at the Bahamas. So that should tell you something. Because who plans a whole vacation out and plan to be you done did your money, did everything, reservations, put your car, all that, to be somewhere and pack up and take their whole family and take their family over to another property? That tells you what the experience had to be like and what their room had to be like. Had I felt like doing all that, or had not the situation been what it was, I probably would have did the same thing. But I already had removed 3 rooms, and I just was like, I'm going to make the most of it, the best, we're going to still enjoy ourselves. And we just know we won't be back here to this place, to no property but the Cove. Okay, you hear me keep saying that, because the Cove is good. Now, unfortunately, you still got to be in that horrible old-fashioned casino and, still kind of deal with not too friendly people. But over there, they are, the people are nice. I mean, everything. I even went and talked to somebody there. And because I was still going to try to move us over there. And she was, like, well, it's not going to be nothing available till possibly Friday. And at that point, we were only going to have 2 more days there. We would have been there 3 days, so it just didn't even make any sense. She informed me that everything that they was telling me over the phone wasn't even possible, and it couldn't be done when I was trying to upgrade. So it was just a bunch of mess, y'all, a bunch of mess. But we made it. We had a great time with each other and viewing that beautiful island, and with the people that we, other people that we encountered and met. And I hope that this video helps enlighten someone. I hope that if anybody from the Atlantis who is in higher ups authority, the president, CEO, or whatever. Now, what I also heard is another company or whatever took over, and it's not the Bahamians or people like that who are running it, which may be a reason why it's going down the drain. I heard that it's owned by a company out of Canada or something now, which means they're probably just in it for this and not for the experience that the Atlantis is known for. So hopefully, though, if maybe one of them see it, they see and know that this is out here, and hear my experience, hear the people who have left, and they come in and try to do something about that place. Because I can guarantee if they don't go in and do some work and do something about it, they're going to lose. They're going to start losing, especially with the new resorts being over there and other options. They're going to start losing customers and losing people coming in and staying there. And they very well should if they don't do something about it. From my experience, they don't seem to care. But hopefully maybe this will reach, somebody, like I said, higher up in the company or in the corporation, and they will start doing something. Okay? So I know it's been a while since I did a video, and I know this isn't usually the kind that I did, but this was on my heart, and I promised that I was going to do it. And my goal always is to help people and to help somebody. So if this helps somebody not have a horrible experience, or not say horrible, like a bad experience like I had with the Atlantis Royal Towers, then my job is done. I've still helped somebody through my negative experience with them. Definitely, like I said, this jewelry is courtesy of my cousin, Paparazzi. My t-shirt is from Cold Pink Girls mentoring program with Cold Pink Productions. It says Pretty Tomboy, if you can see that. Make sure you see. And it's pretty and glittery. And tomboy, of course, that make us rough, and camouflage. And in my description and details, you'll see everything else that I do. You know that I'm a coach. I am a speaker. I am a business owner. I am also now a certified travel agent. So, and now look, I guess a YouTuber as well. And my goal is to use my experiences and what I know to positively affect the lives of others. So, thank you for tuning in to the Monique J channel. Let's be honest show. That's what I call it. And y'all know I was being nothing but honest about this experience. And I hope that if you haven't subscribed, that you subscribe. And that you come back and check out some of my other videos that I have. And I promise that I am going to get back to doing more videos a little more often. At least a couple a month. I know in order to grow your channel, they want you to do, consistently. But right now, just got a lot of things in the works that I am very, very proud of and can't wait to announce what's going on. But in the meantime, remember everybody to remain in peace and not in pieces. Have a great rest of the evening.